If you're like me, you probably have books like these that you've never even opened. You've never even turned a page. You've bought them, you thought you were gonna read them, you were convinced that they were gonna be great, and you never even found out. Look, this is still in the plastic wrapper. And then they sat on the shelf, and they were alone. They're very lonely books now. They're very closed off to other people, literally and figuratively. Well, today I'm gonna be sharing how I read 32 books last year in my spare time for free. Hey, my name is Brendan, and this is Brendan Fitness and Money. This is the channel where we use the power of sweat and spreadsheets to crush our goals. I am interested in financial independence, in retiring early than most of my coworkers, and in general, just saving money so that I can invest more. I think a book is a worthwhile purchase in general, but if I can read 32 books for free, or if I can pay on average $15 per book for 32 books, I'll save a lot of money. That'd be close to $500. So instead of spending that money, I was able to invest it, put that money to work for me, and now it's making me money. So if you're like me and you want to read more, learn more, grow more as a person, but also do it for free, then here's how I did it. One of my friends is a big reader and he went, oh, you have to get on Libby. Like, what the heck is Libby, man? Libby is the app that accesses your library's electronic system. Now hang with me on these terms. The electronic system is called Overdrive. The really nice, easy to use app is called Libby. You just need to download only Libby. So you get your library card, you get Libby on your phone, you type in the number of your library card onto the Libby app and it links you up. That's it. Like, you don't have to keep logging in. You don't have to keep doing stuff over and over. You pay nothing. It's amazing. Actually, the only thing you have to do to upkeep it is every year renew your library card. So how did I get through 32 books in my spare time last year? Basically, I just listen all the time, like whenever I have a spare moment, but the primary place for me is driving. It's sort of like a routine, like you hear about people wearing the same shirt every day or eating the same breakfast. It's not that I wear a black turtleneck and have carrot juice and oatmeal. It's like I get in my truck, I open Libby, we listen to a book. It's either that or YouTube. Because why not? Like, it's this sort of period of lost time that you can use so efficiently. Like for me, I commute about 30 minutes each way. So I have an hour a day that I can put towards a book. Then you can listen to the book between 1.5 and 2 times speed generally. I err more on the side of 1.5. So an average book is sort of 6 to 8 hours, which means I can go through a book every week. Easy, just on the commute, which is just fantastic. Then like around home, if I'm doing dishes, if I'm doing yard work, if I'm just walking around, why would I not be listening to a book? Like, it's great. That's something I forgot to mention. For me, with my library here locally, our checkout period is like 2 weeks. So you have 2 weeks to read the book. If you get it done in that time, you can return it early or you can keep it for the full 2 weeks. The only way that you can renew is if no one else is on hold behind you. So it's really important that you finish the book or else you get back in line at the end of the line and have to put it on hold again and then wait again. So for me, I've made that into kind of a game where it's like, oh no, I've got 3 books checked out right now. This one is due in 3 days. That one is due in 4 days. The next one is due in 8 days. I need to get through them all. And so it's like this kind of a funny little game that I've made for myself that you don't have to make it a game. You don't have to push yourself like that. But it's like, oh, I have to get through these books. I have to find a way to listen to them. So here's the way that I got my list of books kind of constantly flowing to me. They basically give you the option in Libby to make lists, but they call them tags for some reason. You can kind of name a group of books based on a tag, like a hashtag, but it's only your list. It's only your tags, which is great. So I've got some in here that I've basically categorized by topic because that's how I want to keep track of them. And if there's not a book that I'm currently listening to or not one that I know is going to come really soon based on my holds, then I just go to my list and I go through and I find, oh, I think I want an entrepreneurship book, or I think I want a parenting book, or whatever. And you go through and go, oh, what about this one? My Morning Routine by Benjamin Spall. No idea what this is. Look, it's free right now. It's available, borrow, done. I have no idea what this book is, but we're borrowing it right now. So then basically the book downloads onto the app, so it's in your phone, and because it's an audio file, it really doesn't take up a lot of space, which is great, because if you're like me, you're running out of space on your phone constantly, you're deleting stuff constantly. So once that downloads, then you have it with you and you can play it even if you don't have internet access. Then if you're like me, you can go full nerd status and have spreadsheets for all this. So you heard me initially introduce this channel as where we use the power of sweat and spreadsheets to crush our goals. I had a goal to read 24 books last year. I ended up with 32, which is way better than the 24. So the beautiful thing is I've got spreadsheets depicting it all. So I actually went through and I listed the books that I read and I rated them. 0 is avoid. I do not recommend the book. I think there are better options, or I think you should just avoid it altogether. Not a lot of my books get zeros. Number one, it's okay. Take it or leave it. It's fine. If you're interested, go ahead, but if not, don't worry about it. A rating of 2 is good. I recommend it. Obviously, it's not the best, but still pretty darn good. I think you should probably read it. 3 is awesome. This is a strong recommend. This is something that I think you should add to your book list, whether or not you're initially interested in the topic. 3s are awesome. So as a breakdown here, which I'll put this up on the screen for you, I basically have a graph for each year. And what this is telling me is for that year, what percentage of books got what score. So for 2019, 24% almost of the books were a rating of 3, which is like pretty great. 13% were 0, 32% were, maybe, they're fine. That's a number 1. And the other 30% were 2s. And I think 2020 is trending about the same. So 2020, 44.7% are a 2, which is it's a good book. I recommend it. Only 19% are a 3, which is a strong recommend. But you combine that together, and I'm cracking the door of, 65% recommend or strong recommend for 2020. Yeah, this is just a great way to read books. I actually find that I don't miss the physical act of turning pages. I know there are people that really like that, like it's a satisfying thing. I'm not advocating the end of physical books. I just think that for ease and efficiency, to be able to multitask and listen while you're driving or working or doing other things, free audiobooks are where it's at. So, if you enjoyed this video, if you want to keep growing, if you want to learn more about the way that we use Sweat and Spreadsheets to crush our goals, then stay tuned because there are more videos like this coming. I intend to make more videos on investing, on basics of kind of personal finance. If you've got those kind of questions, then I want to explain that in a new and fresh way that you maybe haven't heard before. So we're going to go over things like IRAs, 401ks, emergency funds, kind of a linear trajectory towards financial independence. I've made 9 steps myself that I use personally and that I recommend to other people. Step 1 through step 9, financial destitute to complete financial independence. Very simple, very easy to follow. I have nothing to sell, by the way. Maybe you're listening to other people or you're seeing other channels or whatever. I have no classes. I have nothing to sell. There are no gimmicks. I'm literally just here to provide value to you and to help you along your way. Anyway, if you made it this far, I really appreciate you. Thank you for watching. Thank you especially if you invested in the like button because that helps me a ton on YouTube. Thank you even more if you subscribe because that helps me a ton, plus a ton. That's like 4,000 pounds of help, which is a lot. So thank you very much. I'll see you on the next one. Bye. Books, books, books. Is that right? No. Yes? Yeah. Test, test. Yeah, I've got these new books.